Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Whenever you are watching us, we greatly appreciate it. We're gonna do an oil change today. Good old Cub Cadet RZT 42-inch deck, 20 horse Kohler Courage engine. Let's see how this goes. Alright, got our Kohler 1030 synthetic blend and a Kohler filter. Got all that from our dealer We Know Power Equipment. I've already taken off the air filter box and housing just to give us a little bit more room. I don't know if you can hear me, I got an airplane above me. Let me shove y'all back into here. Let's see if we can get that going. Alright. So, of course I didn't know how to do this, so I first time changing the oil on this mower, so I did what you did and YouTubed it. It's kind of funky, first time dealing with that kind of situation, but you got a little dust cap there, a little safety cap, and now that I'm looking at it, I don't think my hose is going to fit. Let's see what we can do. You got a little access hole right here, and you can put your hose on it if you have the right size hose. In which I do not. One second. Alright, I've found an old piece of water hose, but from what I was told, you push this in and turn it. Let me find out how to do this. Just had to do a little searching myself here, but all I had to do was clean out my little area there, stick my hose. But yeah, you just push in and turn and then pull it straight out, and your oil starts coming out. It's gonna take a while. Oh, and we slipped off, of course. It's good to have the right size hose. It's even channeled to where you don't necessarily need a hose. It would just fall right out of that hole there, but it's better to have one. Got it all draining into my coffee can here, and like I said, it's just real slow, but it works. I don't know if I'm a big fan of that kind of oil change. I don't know, maybe I'll get used to it. But yeah, I'm gonna let this thing drain out. We will change the filter, which is just right above it here. All right, we are all done So the only thing you need to do is push it back in and turn to the right, and it will stop the oil flow. Go ahead and put your cap back on there just to be safe. And I'm gonna get in here and clean this out real good. Much better, much better. All right. Oil filter, like I say, is right up top. Usually, I say usually, you can get them with your hand. Not this time. And that bad boy's on there. Let's see if we can't get something to get it off. Okay, with a few choice words and a big pair of pliers, because I don't have a cap style wrench to fit this small of an oil filter, but whatever, it's done. And we're making a mess. Okay. Now, first thing first, obviously we go ahead and get our oil. And I just like to get some and put it around the seal there so it's not that big of a pain to get back off. Yeah, that oil filters are only supposed to be hand tight. They really don't need to be Hulkamania on there, so just enough to where it stays. Any more than hand tight and you start having choice words like I did. All right, now let's put the air box back on and let's go up top. All right, everything I've seen was a little bit over 1.5 quarts, like 1 3/4. Not quite 2 full quarts. So my recommendation would be to go with 1 quart, check it, add a little bit more, check it, add a little bit more. You just want to be safe. You don't want too much oil. Bless. All right. As we figured, it doesn't even really show up on the stick there. So let's go about 1/2 quart. Let's see what we look like. Let that settle. You always want to be on a level ground. I'm slightly, just very slightly off to the right here, which isn't too bad. I'll be able to see that. I should be, at least. Quart and a half looks decent. Let me let that sit for a second, come back to it. Yeah, it looks good right now. Also keep in mind, the oil filter is upside down and vertical, and it's not filled up yet. So I'm going to obviously just keep this quart with me, check it throughout the next mow or two, double check, make sure that we got it right. If you need to, your fuel filter is right there to change. Ours looks decent. I've got a couple more in the truck there just in case, and that's nothing but just pulling the lines off, or well, pulling the clamps off first, pulling the lines, and then replacing it, putting everything back together. All right, oil filter is on. We've checked the oil. The plug is good and not leaking. Let's get our coffee can out of the way here. The little menu board, or the little panel here, I was told will correct itself. I was seeing change oil, blah blah blah, and if I'm not mistaken, it will correct itself. So let's see what this thing is going to do. All right, sounds good, looks good. Nothing leaking, nothing smoking, nothing blown up yet. Give it a second and I'm gonna check it one more time. All right, it's been about 5 minutes. Let's check this thing now. Let's see what we're looking at. We're right at the full mark. It was a little bit over before, but we are right at it now. So I think that's going to be a good one. I'm going to clean this thing off, and then let's wash the deck out. See, use that little jet washing system, something another. Smart Jet deck wash system. It's just this little piece that you get. Don't mind my water hose leaking, but it's just this little piece here. Stick it on top. Well, you gotta pull it back, push it down. Let's do this first. Like I say, don't mind the water hose leaking. Oh, I done got you wet. Hold on. Now, hooking that up, you've got a little water nozzle on the bottom of the deck there that shoots it, kind of distributes out fairly evenly, not too bad. But we'll let me set up this tripod here. We'll get it situated and blow out some water. look now that my water hose isn't spraying, but you just want to lift up that bottom part and lift it straight on off. Not too bad of a little, just a little help out. It's definitely not, doesn't cure it, you know what I mean? You always got to go back and scrape your deck, but that's just kind of a every once in a while kind of thing, just to keep it somewhat clean. But yeah, definitely scrape your decks as much as possible, because that gives you the better performance on the mower. All right, oil is changed. The deck is somewhat clean, not too bad. We'll definitely go back and scrape it once we put some new blades on it. But just gonna give her a little wash down and put her back to work.